We're using technology to reach and to touch and to feel. I think technology is allowing us to go to these little corners that nobody goes into and find out these sensitivities. The concept of IJAD is to be able to make dance accessible to all. And in order to make dance accessible to all, we need to go where people are. So that's why we're using dance technology, or technology as such. We said to audiences at the beginning of our research, if you want to think about fairy tales, share with us what you've got. We received quite an influx of people saying, oh, this is my fairy tale. And the nice thing about it is that they brought fairy tales that we weren't aware of, like Iranian fairy tales, Russian fairy tales. So it opened up the spectrum of different nationalities and how people think about them.
What we're doing with the tweets is we're throwing questions out there that are related to the dancers' journeys, and the feedback we're getting, the responses, are going to be used to fuel some improvisational movements, and that kind of brings the audience into the creation process. The nature of the performance is unconventional, both from a music point of view and from the whole social media point of view. For one, because nothing is really set.
We create the movement, and then the kind of second part of the creation was involving the technology, so the tweets and people's inputs, and using them to change the path of what we initially were creating. And then also now we're about to perform it, we've got the visuals behind us, which adds, and all the screens. And then while we're performing, it could all totally change because we're having tweets read to us. I've never had that sense of what I've created and what I'm doing could totally change with one sentence. So it's exciting, but it's a challenge as well.
Okay, so how did that go?
Digital technology can bring different possibilities to dance.
Are you broadcasting?
We are, yeah.
Okay, we got a thing set up for it.
Yes. The problem is there's no sound coming through.
We open our doors to our studios so audiences can come in while we're rehearsing. I'm talking not necessarily literally, but we open our streaming lines for audiences to see what we're doing with their interactions, with their inputs into the piece, and they can give us any comments they want.
We thought we had a technical glitch. It turns out we didn't have a technical glitch. We just thought we did. So, hello, welcome. If you have any thoughts or comments, please tweet us, and the dancers may or may not interact with you.
Yeah.
The point of this performance is to connect people with the performance, so you kind of break that fourth wall and make them a part of it.
It's really nice to be able to reach out to people who aren't in England or who can't get here and share what we are doing to a wide audience. It's nice.
The community work that we've done with this Room for Wonder is quite exciting because we worked with audiences that we haven't integrated in our work before.
The dance is based on like fairy tales from different points of views, and we've developed the idea of a lot of fairy tales coming together to create a dance piece.
Are we dreaming already? Or is the wolf alive? And I had to retrace my footsteps I waited on a landslide until my heart calmed down. I calmly walked on.
I tweeted that magic isn't forgotten, it's just a few steps away from our mind.
I said something like enter into a bubbly world of curiosity.
They asked me about have I ever felt magic, and I said I felt magic every day with Mother Nature and its bountiful forests, and it was in the performance and it was awesome, so yeah.
Technology, the way it helps us is to be able to reach more audiences and to be accessible. And that's really important for us, to be accessible. And where it becomes really exciting for me is to be able to create a new language. So the next part of our work is working with 360 degrees continuously. I think this is why it's so exciting.